Hi, welcome. Tonight we're talking about Old. I went and saw it last night at the theater, and I was too tired to do this review last night, so here I am. This should be the official last video in my current apartment before we move to the house, and let's just get into it. You can tell I'm very enthusiastic. If you don't know what this movie is about, it is a new M. Night Shyamalan movie, and it is about this beach that makes people old. And that's the premise. I'm trying to think of what to say. I'm actually at a loss for words. The whole movie, these people are trying to figure out a way to get out, and they're trying to figure out why this is happening to them. So the spoiler-free version of this, before I get into the spoilers, is there's this family that gets this vacation to this really nice resort, and they're told about this secret island, and they want to go. And so they and some other of their resort neighbors get taken to this island. And there's something up with the family and all the other people. They've got problems. And they find some scary things on the island before some scary things start happening to them. You follow their journey to see if any of them survive, and ultimately to find out why all of this is happening. So, M. Night Shyamalan, he started out with The Sixth Sense, which some believe he ripped off from the Dream Girl episode from Are You Afraid of the Dark, which I'm a big fan of Are You Afraid of the Dark. I grew up on that, and that episode, I believe, came out in 1994, and The Sixth Sense came out in 1999. I've seen a few of his movies, and the only one that really was like, oh wow, the twist, because he's, known for his twists, which if you don't believe he ripped them off, then you could say as his career has gone on, they've become less and less shocking or inventive, and just have gotten stale. So I remember some of the movies, if I haven't seen them, which I feel like I probably haven't seen more than I've seen, The Village, I think it's called. I remember reading about it and thinking, whoa, like at the time, that's a cool twist. But again, I've never seen the movie, so the execution might not be great. The execution of the twist in this movie, in Old, I would say, the twist is not surprising. Honestly, it's really reminiscent of Joss Whedon's Cabin in the Woods. And so I feel like it's recycled, it's unoriginal, it's uninspired, it's meh, It's like a cop-out. It's like predictable, basically. Pretty much, I think that we all need to hold an intervention with Shyamalan and tell him it's time to stop. It's time to retire, or it's time to really get some original ideas, because it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. In fact, when I was walking out of the theater, it's funny, there were a couple people behind me that were like, wow, like this story could have been told in 20 minutes, and it was drawn out for however long. I don't know how long I was there, but I remember when the movie started, I was just like anxious because I knew the deal. I knew what the movie was going to be about. And so you learn about this family, all the problems that they're having, in between the two parents. And you get to know these characters, and you know what's coming before they do, and so it does build a level of suspense. But I just think that by the end, you're let down. So that's my spoiler-free review. If you want to know what happens, then keep watching. So as the movie begins, you're slowly led into what's going on with this family. It appears that the parents are having marital issues. It appears that the mother, might be having some health issues. And they get to this resort, this beautiful resort, but you come to find out that she got it on some sort of like lottery, some sort of email that she followed up on. And this family and these other resort guests that are ultimately taken to the beach have various issues. There's this doctor there that seems agitated, and as he gets older, you realize that his ailment is either like dementia or something, because he starts asking weird questions that have nothing to do with what's going on, but also he becomes homicidal and kills one of the other beachgoers that has some sort of a clotting issue. And then the mother, we learn, has a tumor that begins growing at an accelerated rate. And the doctor, in between his episodes, as she is passed out, cuts into her, and the wound is rapidly closing up. So people on the beach are trying to help out by keeping their hands in the wound to get out the tumor. And so they're able to get that out. And the children that they're with start rapidly aging. One of them gets pregnant as she's older by another one of the kids that has gotten older. They are like, I don't know, teenagers by the time this happens. And then the baby, so many years go by within so many minutes or so many hours. So the baby doesn't make it. And the grandma that they're with dies, the dog dies. They're trying to find a way out of this place. They're trying to go through these rocks, and they keep passing out and going back to the beach, finding themselves back at the beach. They've, gone unconscious. They wake up and they're like, wow, what happened? They think, okay, maybe we could swim out. But when they first get there, they find this rapper who has gone on vacation there because he has health issues, and his name is Mid-Size Sedan. He met a woman while he was there, and she went to swim out into the ocean, and they find her. She washes ashore. They suspect him of doing something because they don't know this guy. He's just hanging out on the beach with a bloody nose. They think... So later on, this woman who has epilepsy, her husband who's a nurse, tries to swim out. He comes back unconscious and has drowned. And then the girl who got pregnant and lost her baby decides to climb up the rocks, and she falls down unconscious and dies. Ultimately, the family is left at the end, and the parents die of old age. And then the kids, who are now middle-aged, are alone, building sandcastles. But in the beginning of the movie, there's this boy who is the nephew of the guy who's at the center of it all. And he knows that something goes missing, or he knows that something is wrong. He's lonely, he wants friends, but every time kids arrive, he never sees them again. So he and the brother in this family are, before they went to the beach, were sending messages back and forth and decoding messages. And he had this message in his pocket this whole time that he didn't decode. And then in the end, when he's middle-aged, his sister says, well, go on ahead and decode it. So he decodes it, and it says, my uncle doesn't like the coral. So he and his sister look out to the water and they see this coral reef and they figure, maybe this is our metal tube, because they assume that if they are encapsulated in something, that they can safely escape somehow. So they swim out to this coral and they're being watched by this guy up on the cliff. And he thinks that they've drowned because they're taking too long because her shirt gets caught on a piece of coral. But they find these air pockets within the coral and they're able to escape after the guy was like, they've been underwater for like over a minute and a half, they didn't make it. And he goes back. Here's the twist. Are you ready? It is a secret laboratory. So these scientists have come upon this natural area where there's something in the ocean and something to do with the rocks that accelerate aging. And they've decided to seize this opportunity that nature has given them. Nature has intended for them to use this for the betterment of mankind. They're saving lives. So basically, because of the fact that you age a lifetime in a day, plot twist, they're able to test out all of these drugs on people with various health problems in a day and formulate these drugs and sell them and save so many people. Does that not sound like Cabin in the Woods? I mean, not the exact premise, but you know, if you've ever seen Cabin in the Woods, like I'm not trying to, I guess I shouldn't ruin Cabin in the Woods for anybody that has never seen it, but if you watch it, you'll kind of see what I mean a little bit, you know, with the someone's watching you, you know, kind of thing. But the siblings make it, and in the beginning of the movie, they remember that there's a cop staying there at the resort, and when they were at the beach, they found this journal that somebody who has long since passed kept names, addresses of all these people that would have gone missing, because the resort takes your passports, they get in touch with you in a way that can make it, you know, the mom said it was like a lottery. It was like she was contacted. It was like she won something. So they're able to make it look like they never even left their home and they never came to this resort. But the siblings have this book and they get it to the cop, and the cop looks into it and finds out these are all missing people. And helicopters come in, arrests are made, and the siblings, with what lives they have left, get whisked away back to an aunt to look after them. And that is the movie. So, just very meh, uninspired. You know, I mean, maybe on paper, like, oh, you know, here you go, you got this resort, and I don't know, maybe even not on paper. Oh gosh, it's not good. But maybe you disagree. So if you like this movie, let me know if you liked it, or if you didn't, let me know if you agree with me. And that will do it for this. So until next time, I'm pretty sure the next time you're going to see me, yeah, it is, because next week I just need to pack. So I'm pretty sure this is the last time you're going to see me. Unless something so compelling comes up that I have to review it, this will be the last time. So, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of me, turn on notifications so that you are aware of every single last thing that I upload. And I'll see you in my next video.